Bon dia amigos, Mike here from Piston Monkeys. I am taking my car to Portuguese IPO over here. I think it's Inspeción Periodica Obligatorias. This is odd, right? So I'm taking my Fiat in. My Fiat's got BWA alloys on it. So there's a nice BWA alloys on my Fiat, 13-inch, came standard on the rally, I believe. But anyway, because of Portuguese law, this Fiat, as it's a 1.1 CL, wasn't issued with these wheels, so I have to put on these for Portuguese MOT. It's ridiculous. They're 13-inch, but these are a 145 and they're a 185. So in actual fact, these are way safer, way better tyres. Haven't been on and off the car 400 times in the last 5 years, meaning these tyres are crap. But hey, it's not what counts here. Car has to be standard for the MOT. In the UK, you can obviously take pretty much anything in for an MOT. So yeah, fucking great. I really enjoy IPO time here in Portugal. The car has to be clean is another thing, which is, you know, no bad thing. That's a good thing, really. So I've cleaned it all this morning. It costs €31.50 and it's government run, so there's no independent garages charging a cheaper price than anybody else, which is also good. And you basically, I'll film it, you roll in and roll out. It's quite an interesting scenario. You sit in the car, you press the horn, and you do all that sort of thing yourself. There's a couple of bits they have to get in for, but it's a real quick process. It's really good. It's dead clean, it's dead efficient. It's just odd that you have to, these are the laws in Portugal where modification is illegal. Yeah, so tyres on, wheels on today to take it for the IPO. I was going to try and risk it, but I've just got told that there's like a 5% tolerance. I'm going from a 145 to a 185. Ain't gonna happen. Should pass. It's got a couple of little niggles, nothing too bad, but it should pass. I thought I'd try and film some of it to show you what it's like over here for an MOT test. Basically, each city has got, in the central Portugal, each city has got one place where you can go for an IPO inspection. So you turn up, you go into a little office, you give them your documents, you need your last MOT certificate and the ownership document of the car. You give them that, you pay the €31.50, and then you sit in a parking bay and wait for them to call you. Then you roll in and do all the checks and things. It's really quick, really easy. So this is the IPO station in Fundão. As you can see, you just drive in, someone checks you. You do a few of the tests yourself, like lights, horn, things like that, and then they get in and do the brake roller, and yeah, should be in and out pretty quickly.
A few moments later.
So this is what a failure sheet looks like. Rather than a nice green one, it's a red one. But when you come back, you only pay €7 and they only check these bits. Very strangely, it says that I have to have mud guards, but they never came with mud guards, which is really odd. Right, so I failed my IPO, obviously. So the first job is I've got to remove this, because apparently it's obstruction, which I kind of understand. Goodbye, Arbard, goodbye. Just Arv now. Then I've got to take these off, even though they're covered and they're not connected to the electrics. Apparently it's illegal. Thanks for that, Portugal. So I've just removed my lovely Marshall spotlights, which I'm not allowed to have. So the car is beginning to look pretty rubbish now. I've got a CV boot gone on one side, and there was one other thing which I can't quite remember, but oh yeah, mud guards. So failed on mud guards at the back, which never came standard from the factory, but apparently there's a law that says any car pre-92 in Portugal has to have mud flaps. That's ridiculous, isn't it? So I'm gonna basically just bolt some on and bolt them straight off again. So happy days. So these are mud flaps mounted actually to the rear bumper. I borrowed these off the local garage again, which is really kind of them, but I've ordered some Sparco ones to give it, and I think they're going to look awesome there. We can't get ones to fit there quick enough in the arch, so they're just bolted onto there and cable tied underneath. And to be fair, I think when the red Sparco ones arrive, it will make me look proper fast and furious. I'm on my way to my second IPO now. I've got my failure sheet. I've got my red ticket, which gives me until this Friday, it's Tuesday today, to sort it out. I've got the CV boot joint done, which was called a transmission bellows in Portuguese as a translation. That was done by a local garage, Landero. And I've got the lights off and the bits off the car and the mud flaps on. So hopefully this time we're going to sail through for the grand cost of €7. So let's see how it goes. Okay, so I've just been through the IMT again for my re-inspection, and I've got my green paper. Unfortunately I've developed a fuel leak from the fuel pump, so I've got to get home and sort that out. I never noticed that before. Yeah, when the engine's running, it's dripping quite heavily, and the bolts around the top of the fuel pump, which I'll do a video on, I feel like they're sheared, they won't tighten up, which is a worry. I got a little bit naughty. I got a little bit overexcited and put my alloy wheels back on for the IMT, which are illegal because they're too wide. But I thought they won't check them, they're only checking the bits that they failed before they checked them. And so I've got on my green sheet, it does say that the limits are over. There's a 185/13 tyre on it instead of a 145/13, but he obviously was a nice guy to let me get away with that. And my exhaust is a little bit battered, and that's because I live on a track. You know, when I go to my house, I have to go down a dirty track. The stones are terrible, so exhausts aren't lasting at all. So I'm going to try and get some sort of guard for the silencer, because it's the lowest point on the car and it's just clipping everything. But yeah, all in all, pretty successful. Nice of them to pass it. So yeah, ideal.